today I rise to make a contribution on a matter of significant community importance. President, on the 17th of October, there was an article on the West Australian website titled "Premier Mark McGowan urges support for Perth business, frontier lighting now in liquidation." President, today I want to talk about small businesses in Western Australia, more particularly micro, small and medium-sized businesses in Western Australia. In this article, the Premier urged the federal government to provide support for a Western Australian business that was struggling. A Western Australian business was applying for the scheme that was initiated by the federal government, the SME Recovery Loan Scheme. But as it was reported that the company was applying for a $2 million loan but was rejected. And the Premier said he told Mr. Fredenberg that Mr. Hawke was refused despite the scheme was being designed to assist businesses with a broad range of purposes. President, I find it was unbelievable that a federal government under the leadership of the Liberal Party, who pride themselves with the support for businesses, failed to support a Western Australian business. What a shame. And there goes Western Australian Jobs, a business of great reputation who served the community for many years. It was a disgrace for the federal government not to support the company in this case. And this is not alone. This is not alone. In the same article, it was reported that other Perth businesses affected by COVID-19 also got rejected by the mechanism of the scheme. President, when we talk about small business, I think it's more a colloquial term for a wide array of businesses. And in fact, there is no universal definition for small business. As listed in the Australian Taxation Office website, their definition of a small business is a business with an aggregated turnover of less than $10 million. Yet, if you look at the Australian Bureau of Statistics, their definition is based on the number of people a business employs. A micro business employs between 0 to 4 people. A small business employs between 5 to 19 people. A medium-sized business employs between 20 and 199 people. And a large business, according to them, employs 200 or more people. Now, if we look at Western Australia, President, if we look at Western Australia, there are a lot of small businesses, a lot of macro, small and medium-sized enterprises in this state. In fact, 97% of all businesses in Western Australia can be classified as small business, of which 65.5% were non-employing small business, 31.8% employs around 1 to 19 people, 2.5% are medium-sized business, and 0.2% are large businesses. There are a total of 227,000 small businesses in Western Australia. They provide a huge amount of economic activity to this state. Of the 227,000 businesses in WA, 77% of them are based in metropolitan Perth, and the other 23 are regional based. And in terms of the sectors they are in, 17% are in construction, 12% in professional, scientific and technical services, 9% in transport and postal and warehousing, 11% in rental, hiring and real estate services, 10% in financial and insurance services, and the remaining 42% are in a huge amount of other sectors. When we talk about the contribution made by small businesses, it's a huge amount. You could even argue that small businesses are the backbone of our community. Small businesses provide a total value of $54.4 billion to this economy. And they collectively employ 460,000 Western Australians, a total of 38.4% of Western Australians' workforce. It could be said that macro, small and medium-sized enterprises in this state are making a bigger contribution than any other sector in Western Australia. And I'm particularly proud, President, that this government has been supporting macro, small and medium-sized enterprises from day one. When Mark McGowan became the Premier of this state, this government has been always on the front foot to support those Western Australians that are helping the state, providing those economic activities and helping to create more jobs in Western Australia. President, there was a research done by Bankwest Curtin Economics Centre, and it was reported that 36% of small businesses saw a decline in revenue due to COVID-19. 25% of businesses stated the revenue declined by more than 25%. Over half of Western Australian small businesses had to access JobKeeper, and 13% of Western Australian businesses had to renegotiate with their landlord for their leases due to COVID-19. And over the year to December 2020, almost 70% of Western Australian businesses had to access funding to help to maintain or grow their business. And this government has been supporting the small business sector. And this government has been always on the front foot, as I just mentioned, to provide assistance to small businesses in this state. And I will just quote a number of examples. With the remaining time I have today, I may come back to this on a different day. I just want to say that on the 6th of May 2021, there was a media release advising that there was a $2,000 grant for Perth and Peel small businesses impacted by the Anzac Day lockdown. And this small business lockdown assistance grants program estimated to cost $31.8 million to provide targeted support to small businesses to cover some direct costs and lost booking due to cancellations and closures. And this program was estimated to assist 15,000 small businesses in Western Australia. The press release also said this was in addition to the $1.2 billion of support and assistance the McGowan Labor government has provided to Western Australian businesses. President, there was another media release 3 days later outlining the $4,000 payment for residents and businesses who suffered as a result of Cyclone Seroja, and that it was designed to support businesses which suffered financially in the weeks following the disaster, which include small retailers and tourism businesses and hospitality venues. President, I want to state that I'm proud to be part of the Labor government. I'm proud to be part of the McGowan Labor government, that we have a Premier who cares about small businesses. We have a Minister for Small Business in the Honourable Reece Whitby, who also care about small businesses. And these programs will help Western Australia small businesses to take it to the next level. I look forward to the government's further support for small businesses.